Hello, and welcome back to Mindpunch SMP. Today, we're at spawn time, because I want to be working a little more on the museum here. So, I'm all alone today. I don't know what Jack's off doing. Probably some revision for his finals or something like that. I'm not quite sure. I'm on at the minute with the creator of things and Daryl, or Darren Man. I call him that because it annoys him. But yeah, so I'm excited. I'm excited for a few reasons. Ultra Hardcore, tomorrow. Pretty excited for that. Not gonna lie. It's kind of interesting because it's kind of a love it, hate it kind of situation. In that I love Ultra Hardcore and I'm very excited that we're gonna be doing it. But at the same time, I really don't want to be the first one to die. That would be so embarrassing. 5, 6, 7, 8. What? Did I just place a block on top of myself? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's it. So, anyway, so that's tomorrow. But I really don't want to be the first one to die, because this is my own server, and it would be really weird to just die first. It would suck. So yeah, hopefully that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna knock this back 4. There we go. Oh, that's a little lag spike there. So anyway, let me actually just let me go into my video settings here and turn off the particles. I can't find them, apparently. That's odd. You should be able to find those so easily. I don't know. And, anyway. So, I really don't want to be the first to die. But at the same time, I kind of hope I win, but... Okay, we're back, guys. Sorry for that little cut. The doorbell rang. Yeah. Had to go answer that. So, UHC, anyway, back to that. So, I hope that we do well. I don't know, I can't say if we're going to win, because the teams are looking to be pretty hard this time. We have Team Nerd Crew, which could be me, Jerry987M, and Dolonic, and probably Real Randomite as well, unless we need him in another team to make up numbers. So yeah, that'll be a good team. That's a pretty experienced team. Jerry has never played UHC before. I think Random died pretty early in Season 1, but Season 2 he lasted a little longer. I think it was like 3rd or 4th to go. Jerry's never played UHC before. And Dolonic played in Season 2, but in Season 2, Dolonic, she came into the game late. And she managed to kill someone. I don't know. I think she managed to kill Dew on fire, but I'm not certain. I'm not certain about that. So don't go and say that that she killed him for sure. I don't know. But in UHC Season 1, I shot Zawakwa and I killed Jack with a sword. In Season 1, I think Season 2 I managed to kill somebody. I don't know who it was though. And Jack, in Season 1, he killed JHW. And I think he killed somebody else. He might have killed like, I don't know, Craftman or somebody. I can't remember. And I have, oh yeah, Season 2 actually. Season 2 he did really well. He managed to take out, who was it? I don't know. I can't remember. I think he might have taken out like Random or something before he died. I can't remember. Pig, don't enter unless you're me. Missing some pigs, Craftman 2010. I do not understand. So let's harvest some of these crops. This is the community farm, so I'm not stealing. Okay, gonna be right back in a second once I get back to. Okay, guys, we're back. So, in case you guys couldn't tell, I'm kind of working on the, I guess you could say the main hall of the museum where most of the exhibits are going to be. I don't know if I want to have a top floor, But anyway, so I was talking about UHC there. I'm gonna say the teams for UHC in this video, because I know that not everybody's gonna read them in the forum thread. Basically, Team Nerd Crew. We've got me, Jerry, Jack, and Delonic, possibly random. We got, I don't know what the team name is, but it's basically Creator of Things, Mincer Jr., Daryl, Creator of Things, Mincer Jr., Daryl, and JHW all on a team. And then we're going to have the team Overpowered, which I believe is Borkie, Zawakwa, Dew on Fire, and I think John Trog, maybe? I'm not sure. I know that that team's pretty strong, actually. I don't even know about John Trog. I'm just speaking from my experiences with Zawakwa there. And Dew. We're not going to leave him out. So then we've got the other team, which is Team Alpha, I believe. I think Ty wanted it to be Team Churro, but Jay didn't like that idea. So, I don't think he likes churros very much. But, I guess I'm just going to leave this like this, right? Yeah, that's nice. So, Jay didn't like that idea. So, I guess it's Team Alpha. That's going to be TV Indy, Jay Blaze 24, Tytram 101, and I can't remember. I think it's J Belg, actually. It's going to be the other guy. So, yeah. So, apparently I'm out of stone bricks. Wonderful. Doesn't this just make your day so much better? I really don't want to cut the video again. Okay. Well, I think that for now I'm going to leave this museum, give it a rest, and I'm going to go do some caving. So, back in a sec. Okay guys, we're back, we're in a cave, we're going to be doing some caving. I wasn't initially intending to cave this episode, but yeah, I kind of ran out of stone bricks, and it's quite late here, so I wanted to get this recorded and uploaded for you guys as fast as I can. So that's enough talk about UHC. I've got another little story about something that I did today. So I went into, I guess what we would say in this country is going into the town. Basically we went into the city centre and I went to some shops and I was looking at some clothes and stuff. I bought myself a little bit of clothing. But one of the things that I bought is I got myself a new headset. So I got myself a headset. For those who don't know, I'm pretty sure everyone knows what a headset is, but it's like basically headphones with a mic attached. Pretty simple. Well, this is a big cave, isn't it? We might be down here a while. So yeah, headphones, basically with a mic attached. They're pretty awesome. So I got myself a new set, and you'll probably hear that the audio quality has drastically improved. Hang on. So anyway, hopefully that'll be okay with you, creator. I'll have to add him to the intro if he's doing it. Yep, not bad. So, anyway, so I got these from, it's a shop called Curry's, which is basically a hardware shop. It does, like, computers, it does computer parts. I don't know if they have those in other countries, but I know they do them in the UK. Mouses. I think that would be, like, the plural of a computer mouse, right? Or would it be mice? I don't know. So, yeah, this new headset's pretty good. It's it wasn't that expensive. It was only about 15 quid, or which is slang for a pound, which is a currency in the UK. Okay, we're back. Had a little interruption there. I ran out of cave for one thing, which kind of what? Oh, it's one of those water glitches. But I ran out of cave anyway, so yeah. It's been a caving episode, hasn't it? So yeah, I got myself this new mic. It was about £15, which is, we could say quid. That's like slang for pound in Northern Ireland. Yeah. So I actually was asked a while ago, somebody asked me that I talked a little bit in my Piggy Plays Minecraft about Northern Ireland and how it's very politically disordered country and how we have a lot of riots and stuff like that. And people ask me why that was. Kind kind of a topic. It's a very controversial one, and I'm not going to be taking a stance on it because I don't know who could watch these videos. Obviously we don't get 50,000 million views or whatever, but you know, there could be somebody else from Northern Ireland watching that has a completely separate view and gets offended, so I'm not going to take a stance on it. But basically this all started, we're going to go a long time back into English history. About 1500, there was a little bit of an issue. The English hadn't run out of money, but they were short on money, and they needed to pay their army because their army was fighting with Spain, and they were in the middle of a war. They were short on money. They needed to pay their army somehow, and they needed, one of the ways they could pay them without giving them money was to give them some land. And they decided that they would go into Ireland and take the province of Ulster. There was four provinces in Ireland. There's Leinster, Munster, Ulster, and I believe there's another one. I don't know if it's like Cavan or something. I can't remember. I'm not Irish, so I don't know. Well, I guess I'm kind of Irish, but that's another topic. So basically, England came in, and they started like a plantation in the province of Ulster, and you know, they built up cities. They built up that, you know, loads of stuff, which, to be honest, I think it was a little unfair because they didn't ask or anything like that. Ireland had no government at the time. It was basically just a bunch of chieftains fighting amongst each other. And, you know, but they could have asked, you know, the people. They didn't ask the Irish tenants for their land. They just came in and took it for the crown. Because there was little they could do, basically, you know, to keep their land. They were basically fighting an entire army by themselves, you know, like a farmer versus an army. So yeah, basically Protestant settlers came, both from Scotland, from England, and from Wales, and they all came to Ulster. And basically the Irish Catholics and the Irish in general did not like this. They felt they'd been taking their land, and there was a lot of bitter, like, fighting, I guess, little skirmishes, not between English soldiers, because the English soldiers actually left Ireland pretty quickly after everybody got established, which only took like a year or so, and then the other Irish that didn't like having their land taken from them sort of formed into paramilitary groups, and they performed hit and run things against towns. They massacred people, Protestants, even their own Catholic Irish at times, if they were, you know, aligning with the English. You know, they just basically killed people who didn't like what they liked or didn't share their views. Oh, there's a little lag spike there. That's not cool. So they basically killed people that didn't share their views, which is obviously completely wrong, but that's what they did. So many years later, the bitterness still existed, because there was still always little fights between both religions, Protestants and Catholics. I think there was an incident quite a long time ago. That's an incident that's still very much remembered today and by both sides. It's the massacre of 12,000 Protestants by the Irish Rebellion, but that's another story. So yeah, basically, many years later, the province of Ulster was taken away from Ireland, and it was independent, part of the UK, Northern Ireland, which is the country I live in. Northern Ireland always had a Protestant majority, and it still does to this day, although not by as large a margin. But anyway, so then around 1950, 1960, these old tensions were starting to be dug up again. You know, there were a lot of bitterness, there was a lot of just bad stuff happening, and it eventually sort of erupted into kind of a civil war, whereby Protestants and Catholics were fighting. Now, they weren't fighting as in armies, you know, it's not like the English army and the Irish army were fighting or anything like that. It was actually the Protestants and Catholics kind of formed their own little paramilitary groups, and it's not really a civil war because there was no armies involved. It was basically paramilitaries and terrorists fighting each other, and it did a lot. It really did a lot of damage to the country, some of which is still being repaired today. But there was a few different parties. The Republican side, or the Catholic side, had the The IRA was the main one, which stood for the Irish Republican Army. And they were one of the worst paramilitaries in the Troubles. I should explain the Troubles is a name given to the Civil War sort of thing, because it wasn't actually a civil war, so they call it the Troubles. But they were sort of the biggest killer during the Troubles. They killed a lot of people. They targeted loyalists, or Protestants in particular, but they killed a lot of Catholics as well, because, they didn't, they kind of got caught in the crossfire. And in order to calm all this down, we had English soldiers come in, we had English police officers were getting killed left and right, people were dying every day. In fact, one story my dad actually told me once was one day he was in the city centre on a bus. He was going to meet his mates or his friends outside a building, and there was a bus stop right in front of that building, and the traffic lights changed to amber just as the bus was there, and the bus driver stopped. And about 5 or 10 seconds after the bus stopped, the building that the bus stop was outside blew up. It went up in smoke. And so if that bus driver hadn't stopped, my dad getting off the bus at that stop when the bomb went off, he probably wouldn't be here today. Neither would I. Neither would Mindpunch. But there's a few events in particular. There was Bloody Sunday, which was a day when a lot of people died. There was bombs all over the country. The city centre was like, you couldn't move. Like, every time there was a bomb went off, you tried to run up a different street to get away from that. A bomb went off in front of you. You tried to run back or go up another street. Another bomb went off. They were everywhere. And obviously, I don't remember this. This is before my time. This was, 30, 40, 50 years ago. But then I think there was a Bloody Sunday as well, which was terrible stuff. I mean, the stuff that Republicans and nationalists, Protestants, Catholics, loyalists, the stuff they all did to each other was just terrible. I was told a while ago that sometimes the Catholics would offer, English soldiers like baked potatoes or scones or something like that. But they wouldn't just be normal scones or baked potatoes. They would have like knives or like razors in them. It was horrible. So yeah, it was just terrible, and the tensions between that, they still exist today. So it's a very, very, I don't see that any particular side was in the wrong during those times. Both sides did terrible, terrible things to each other. And this was all eventually calmed down by an agreement on Good Friday, which they call the Good Friday Agreement. And it basically just said that, oh my gosh, skeleton, go away. It basically was just to say that all the people who went to jail during this trouble would be released. And, yeah, and that there was a lot of other things, and that calmed everything down. It's not as bad as it is now. So, yeah. Although it's not as bad as it is now, the tension still exists. There's, like, huge walls erected at the end of streets sometimes. Certain areas where there's just huge walls, which they call peace walls. And those walls are sort of there because they kind of want to divide the area with loads of Protestants in it and the area with loads of Catholics in it to reduce the amount of trouble that there is. There's a particular day, when I say these tensions still exist today, they're nowhere near as bad as they have been, but they still exist. There's a particular day of the year, the 12th of July, and that is a day, it's a loyalist day, where they celebrate King William, or I suppose they call them, it's King William of Orange, but in this country they refer to him as King Billy, and I think he won a victory over the Irish or something like that on the 12th of July. So there's parades all over the country. It's a really good sight to behold. The parades are so big, there's so many banners, the music's great, there's a huge, crowds for them, and it's nationalists or Catholics don't like that. They see it as an insult, which I guess it could be an insult if you look at it from their point of view. It could be construed as an insult, but then there's riots started by either Protestants hurling insults at Catholics or vice versa. And yeah, so there's a lot of that goes on. There's another day of the year, St. Patrick's Day. It's a Catholic holiday. It celebrates St. Patrick, who was, I guess, the patron saint of Ireland. Ooh, diamonds, nice. Who was the patron saint of Ireland, who introduced Christianity to this country, and who arguably started all this trouble. But anyway, I say he started all this trouble. I mean, there wouldn't be religion to fight over then. So, anyway. So yeah, St. Patrick's Day is sort of a Catholic holiday, and the loyalists or Protestants don't like that, and they hurl insults, and Catholics hurl insults, and there's riots and stuff like that. There's a lot more to it than what I've said. I've just kind of explained the basic bits of it. I wanted to kind of talk. I thought that would be nice. Well, not nice, but a decent topic to talk about. And yeah. Oh, creeper. I thought it's a very creative topic. It's not one that I've talked about before. It's probably one of the most controversial topics I've ever used. I don't really use that kind of thing. Oh, hey, there's J-Bug. What's going on, bro? So, yeah, that's that, I guess. So, I'm gonna probably have to end off this episode here, guys. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.
Kitty